Well, good afternoon. Haven't we been having a wonderful time today? We have. And I want to personally thank the worship band. What an amazing and it's just been great. Well, I'm really surprised to be introduced as a prophet. I certainly don't think of that role. I am not a visionary at all. I'm very much kind of let's work on one thing at a time. And then, almost as a great irony, I was transferred this year over to the superintendent's office, which is full of visionaries. And I thought, boy, I'm never going to have that gift. And yet, lo and behold, I think just the osmosis of being close to Cliff has affected me. And I was suddenly given a vision of the next 50 years as we approach our 100 years. And it's amazing. And as Pastor Allen was sharing, it's going to be incredible. The dreams are high, and we need to prepare to be pressing ahead. And when these things that I'm about to show you, and these are by a strange technological spiritual marvel known only to myself and my assistant Stephen Thoreau, these were able to end up on a PowerPoint. When these things come to pass, you will say, Scott saw it. Right? Are you ready? All right, here we go. So, first thing, let's talk a little about the Skyway campus here, looking across the field of my dreams out into the future here. The Skyway campus, I see that continuing to grow. Simply the conservatory alone will continue to grow, bring in more students. Of course, we always have our problems with parking and the rest we'll have to address. No doubt a team of the finest architects will be called in to help this situation. We'll get something like this, is what I saw. I guess someone forgot to show up on Saturday. Planning that. So nothing but the best for us. Now, of course, speaking of the conservatory, as the conservatory grows in power, and size, that does create some leadership conflicts. I anticipate that. They will be a little difficult. This next slide shows some of the problems we'll have in the future there for the conservatory. Troy, I thought about a follow-up slide to this featuring, your assistants there, and I was going to call it et tu Brute, but decided it wasn't part of the original vision and brought that off. All right, let's go on next. The elementary campus, has a beautiful place right now, but in my vision I saw the elementary campus growing further and needing a place of their own. Now, if you go this next slide here, which is a Google thing I did, and go ahead and advance it one word, and you'll see up at the top, there's our Skyway campus up there, but you also notice this large field down to your left. My house is actually right across from this, Mr. Lester owns, and we've had our eye on that beautiful field. Wouldn't it be wonderful if there was some sort of relationship between these two? So the next slide here, where I see us purchasing this property for an incredible gift, and again, that same wonderful team of architects will be brought in and work on something here. Why don't we see what this new elementary campus is going to look like? I think it's going to be splendid. I love the Jungle Cruise ride. And then a head-on view, if you can go next slide here, where you can see it'll need a new name for our campus as well. And aren't you excited about that elementary school? Finally getting your place. Well, next slide. I also saw some things having to do with teachers and what they need to be supported every day. We get this 6-year accreditation every time around. It's a lot of work. I think they think it's too easy for us. I see it getting harder in the future. And Shirley Hitchcock, bless her heart, always helps us in this accreditation. And she will try her best to help us get organized for the future paperwork needs for accreditation and the rest. I think our typical classroom will now look something like this. Jim Reedy, who loves that word, be excited for that. All right, my vision went on. Yes, let's talk about reputation in our community, which Pastor Allen mentioned as well. We do want to have a good and expanding reputation, and part of that is our new assistant superintendent, Joel Theroux. Now, our former assistant superintendent, Donna Harris, was, of course, bogged down with a lot of curriculum issues. That was a specialty for her. Joel that's not something he's being given, so he can take some special projects from Cliff to try and engage the community. For example, we've got this tradition, even as evangelicals, that we're very Catholic friendly. We want to continue that. Go ahead here. Let's go past that and continue on here. You look good there, Joel. All right, so Holy Family, Holy Spirit Church, we're going to see a lot of their kids because they're kids work. Okay, next slide. Another area I see some growth and development in is security. We love our security. We have the most peaceful campus. We don't have, terrible things happen on our campus. And gosh, we've got one guy for every 5 square feet. But we're really taking good care of our campus in the future. Even though it'll be peaceful, we want to be prepared. We want to always be up to date. I'll kind of show you here when we're directing traffic or working with students. We'll kind of be looking like this now. I love the hat, Rich. You notice Rich has been working out there. It's really, really good. Let's see. Finally, I have one last slide. Assuming all these things come to pass, go ahead and advance it one there. We will come up to this 50 years. We're going to fly by. Soon there's going to be another planning committee. They're going to be planning the 100th celebration. I don't know how many of us would even be around at that time and who would have the knowledge or experience to help that group celebrate. In fact, I can only think of one person who will be on that serving committee at that time to help people, go ahead here, on what they need to do. So, Melanie, you're going to be around forever.